Good morning, millionaires. I just saw the great. Yo, life in the future, yo. Tell me why I just now read this joint that was like, Ruffin. What's happening, David Ruffin? Yo, man. Bro, tell me why I just now read it. Yeah, Chi-Town up here. Tell me why I just now read this article talking about how it's this dude in Japan who had married this hologram and the software is out of date or whatever. They're not doing the software no more. However, go he can no longer communicate with his hologram wife that he done had for years. It's like this world is getting crazier, man. Good morning, good morning. Hope everybody's feeling good. Yeah. It's check-in time, baby. Let them know where you from. Rep your city. And also, this is free promo time. Let them know what kind of business you have, how you getting it in out here. Let them know how you getting it in out here, baby. Good morning, millionaires. Also, please like the broadcast. Can I get everybody to like this? How we got like a couple dozen people here and one like? Y'all ain't got no love for it. No. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. If you haven't turned on your notifications, this would be a good time to do that. Please, please, please. And share this with any entrepreneur. Appreciate that, y'all. Thank you. YouTube gang checking in. Facebook. I see we got Twitter checking in. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Let them know what kind of business you have, y'all. Let them know what you do for the planet. How do you help people? You know, how do you help people? I was just telling somebody yesterday, you know, one of my favorite people in history, Muhammad Ali, was like, service is the rent we pay to live on planet Earth. What do you do for people? You know, let them know. This is the time to let them know. We're going to be getting started in about 60 seconds. Let me go ahead and call in on this live line. Y'all ready?
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, this is Les Brown, and you're in the right place at the right time because we're going to bring the millionaire out of...
That's a fact. That's a fact. All right.
Thank you. Please announce yourself.
Hold up.
All participants are muted. Entry and exit tones are off.
Yeah. Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. Hope everybody's feeling incredible this morning. I know I am, man. I love my life, man, and I love this world that we're living in right now because there's just infinite ways to be of impact. There are so many things you can do to change your life by changing the lives of other people. And what I wanted to talk about specifically, because this weekend was like National Boss Day. My employees, it's so dope. They got us these edible arrangements and stuff, and it's just like, oh. And you know, whether you're talking about in my real life on the front lines of capitalism, or you're talking about in the world of home-based business and how you're growing a team, I really got to thinking, right? Like what are the things that we can do to become better team players? Like, what can we do to become top performers? You know what I mean? So that's what we're going to talk about this morning. Crystal Clear in the house. What's up, girl? Okay. Sister Cypher is in the building. Yeah, I took it back, Miss Tyler. You heard me? I was like, Sister Cypher. What up, Michelle? Let's go, Gwendolyn. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, Sonia. Let's go. Let's go. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. I don't know who that was. It just not said that, but I appreciate that. Mrs. Goins is in the house. Let's go. Let's go. We got a party now. All right, y'all. So, you know, I always get asked whether it's like my mentees where you're helping them grow a business from home, or whether it's my actual, you know, whether it's our actual staff. Appreciate that share, Crystal. How we got a couple dozen people on here and only one share? What's up? Y'all not going to share the kids. This is important right here. It don't cost you nothing. Push the share button, man. What we doing? Chanel, you only showing up like that because you didn't click that little link at the top of the Facebook group. You must be in the Facebook group. And so because you're in entrepreneurship, and I don't know if everybody even knows about entrepreneurship. Did y'all know we have our own Facebook group? It's true. We have our own Facebook group. It's called Entrepreneurship. And you should go there. You should go there now. Also join the newsletter. All the shameless promotion and stuff. Free newsletter. It's all about mindset. You know, we throw some skill set in there, you know, but you're gonna love that. That's free every single week. But a lot of times I get asked, what do I look for in talent? Because, you know, ever since I was in the music business, I've always had the ability to spot the superstars. You know what I mean? I don't know how many of you know, but in my previous life, you know, my artist, you know, / partner, we were the first ones to get on MTV, like as an independent artist. You know what I mean? That was us and whatnot. And on and on and on. This ain't about me. This is about you. But when it comes to looking for talent, it's almost like, what makes a team player invaluable? What differentiates a normal, mediocre teammate or employee from a top performer? It's a question that we've all asked ourselves if we're winners, right? Or we're going to ask ourselves if we make a decision that we want to win. And, you know, while every company, every field, every industry requires like some different things, different unique qualifications and technical skills, there's certain things that are indispensable no matter where you go. Doesn't matter what kind of team you on, there's going to be all kinds of ways that you are going to be indispensable to your people if you're doing this the right way, right? So let's talk about it, right? Because at the end of the day, if you can kind of judge yourself on these different categories, your whole life is going to be different. Does that make sense? So what's the first one? Write this down. The first character, somebody write this in the comments. You got to check out the Redeem Team. So can somebody put that in the comments? The Redeem Team. It's a show on Netflix you're going to love. It's called The Redeem Team. Can somebody type that in for me? The Redeem Team. It's on Netflix, and it's a study in leadership. It's a study in leadership. Type that in, y'all, The Redeem Team. Even the ladies that are watching this right now, I need you to watch this Netflix. It's only like 90 minutes, and it's about basketball. I know the ladies are like, oh, I get enough of this from my significant other. But nah, you're going to love this, this training right here. It's called The Redeem Team. You're going to love this documentary. It's called The Redeem Team. The Redeem Team. The Redeem Team. Can somebody type that in for me? The Redeem Team. The Redeem Team. Yeah, the Redeem Team. It's insane. Has anybody already seen this? The Facebook is Entrepreneurship. So maybe you're on the Millionaire Minded Facebook page as well. But if you're asking about the Facebook group, you ain't in there. The Redeem Team. Yeah, the Redeem Team. Allie, was that thing cold? You and JG watched it? Hey, man, that thing is amazing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I know that's right. So you saw it, Sonia? You saw it, Sonia. It's incredible. All right. So here are 5 qualities that you saw in Kobe Bryant, who was born on August 23rd, like another great man. You know what I mean? But check it out. Here's the first one. I'm going to give y'all these characteristics so we can get out of here, go do our affirmations, and get on with the day. Enough of my corny stand-up comedy routine. Here's the first attribute, y'all. They're naturally curious. When you talk about a team player or an employee who's going to be a top performer, you're talking about somebody who's naturally curious, because they're not just at the organization to do a job. They're ready to, and they're willing to make a mark on the entire company. They're here to make a mark on the entire organization. They're deeply inquisitive, right? This typically means that they're going to go above and beyond the roles that they've been given. They're going to go above and beyond the responsibilities that are outlined in some 100-word job description. Do you hear me? Instead of them seeing themselves as this small little thing who's here to do the minimum and get out of here, they've decided that they're going to make impact, not just income. They've decided that their job is to further the organization's goals as a whole. So what they do, because they had that mindset, is they start connecting dots that you don't even see. They start making connections you ain't even paying attention to, because they understand that every big task is made up of all these small little pieces. They understand that each task, be it big or allegedly small, is helping to connect the dots. You know, my business partner was talking in a staff meeting the other day, and he was talking about how, man, you could be the best quarterback in the world. Sorry for another sports analogy, but if you don't have a line that's protecting you, the quarterback gonna get knocked down every play. And then how long can he stay a good quarterback when these linemen are constantly breathing down his neck, trying to break his arm in the huddle, or, you know, on a pylon, you know, they foot all on his neck. How good can he stay a top quarterback? Listen, everybody's job is important, and the top performers understand that the piece that they bring to the puzzle could be the piece that makes all the difference. These are the teammates that are always present. In other words, they bring their whole selves to work. They sincerely believe in the impact and the ripple effect of a job well done. They understand that their example is causing waves through the whole organization because it's starting to set a different level of culture. They understand that it's about not just learning, but it's about problem solving. And their penchant, their appetite for problem solving is not just invaluable, it's not just admirable, but if you look close, it's insatiable. They never want to stop learning. They're always looking for creative solutions to business problems. There's this one scene in the Redeem Team where, man, the guy, Kobe, was talking about how, well, they didn't really interview him too much because he'd already passed when they made this documentary. But person after person was talking about how much Kobe would study the game tape. Mike Tyson is another one. In our last newsletter, I gave you this whole interview from Mike Tyson, where a lot of people don't know he studied more fight footage than probably any fighter in history. He can stand in the stances of his favorite boxers. He can tell you about all of their fights. It's like he has a catalog in his head from him being so naturally inquisitive. He's insatiably curious. And I wonder how you feel you are. On a scale of 1 to 10, where do you give yourself on your curiosity? What do you give yourself in terms of your curiosity? I'm just curious. Where do you put yourself in terms of curiosity? Can I get you to rank yourself, please? Where do you see yourself in terms of curiosity? 1 to 10, scale of 1 to 10. Where are you? Scale of 1 to 10. Scale of 1 to 10. Curiosity, where are you? If these past couple years have taught us anything, y'all, it's that the companies that can learn the quickest and adapt the quickest, y'all have heard me say this before, but the race don't go to the strongest. The race don't go to the fastest. The race goes to he who can adapt the quickest, right? And if these past couple years have taught us anything, it's that the people that can acclimate to new situations are going to be the ones that can get rid of crisis the quickest. They're going to be the ones that excel the fastest. Am I right? Here's the second one, y'all. Everybody ready? Number 2 is the innate ability to learn. This goes hand in hand with the first one, I guess you would say. That teammate's natural curiosity is going to sharpen their ability to learn quickly. So they're curious, but it ain't just trivia. They actually absorb it. You know, this is why I'm such a big believer in taking notes, you know, like all I do, anybody that's around, it's like all I have is like note. It's like, you know what I mean? Just in my office, it's just notepad after notepad after, because the short pencil is better than the longest memory. You got me? And so what you want to do is ask yourself, how adamant am I about learning? I understand it sounds kind of straightforward, but the ability to learn things quickly and effectively is one of those skills that you just can't trade in for nothing else. How quickly do you absorb information, process it, ultimately translate that new information into action? Now, I'm one of these people that learn really, really slow. So what I have to do is go over my notes over and over again. But you know what that does? It gives me an advantage, because once I know it, I know it. It might take me longer than y'all, but guess what? Once I get it, I got it. I don't really care about college majors and all of that, because some roles are going to require technical knowledge. But what I'm looking for centers around a mindset. Like, how do you navigate ambiguity? How do you excel when the path ain't so certain, right? How do you react when you're faced with an unfamiliar task? Okay, yeah, you've never done a live broadcast, but how quickly will you jump into it and just try something new so you can hurry up and make some new mistakes and hurry up and get some new results? Are you willing to learn? Because if you're not willing to fail, you ain't willing to learn. You got me? All right, here's a third one. The top performers are always easily able to turn feedback into action. They're able to turn feedback into action. I dare you ask yourself, how good am I actually, one, asking for feedback, and then two, turning the feedback into action? The best team players, they're constantly saying, how could I have done this better? How many of you in the world of home-based business, let's say, right? Like, how many of you, when you get done with an interaction with a prospect, you reach out to your mentor and say, here's what I said, here's what they said back. How could this have gone better? How many of you do that? If you do that, give yourself a 10. If you don't, give yourself a 9, an 8, a 7, a 6, a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, right? How quickly do you ask for feedback? And then how good are you at turning that feedback into action? Millionaires, check this out. Feedback is the breakfast of champions. Can somebody type that in and then give me a share? Feedback is the breakfast of champions. Can somebody type that in and give me a share? Feedback is the foundation of any successful relationship. I don't care if you're talking about a personal relationship, a professional relationship, and giving feedback can be kind of uncomfortable sometimes. You know, asking for feedback and then listening to it, woo, you better be ready, because your ego is going to be kind of like, you know, you're going to get to test yourself. Do you care more about your ego, or do you care more about growing your self-esteem? Are you designing your life for comfort, which means you're going to avoid, or are you designing your life for growth and freedom, which means and peace, which means you're looking to learn something? Millionaires, perfection don't exist, not even amongst these top performers we're talking about. So feedback is always going to be the difference maker. Are you able to even see the constructive feedback for what it is, right? And sometimes it's challenging to reconcile with feedback, because sometimes you're getting feedback from somebody who ain't perfect themselves. But can you calm your ego and listen for God when he's talking to you? Sometimes God might talk to you through your significant other, and they're getting on your nerves. But can you listen? Because guess what? Just because you ignore them don't mean the problem gonna go away, right? Oh, it might come from a coworker who gets on your freaking nerves. But guess what? Just because you ignore him or her don't mean you're gonna improve. You can pretend the problem don't exist, but that ain't the same as fixing the problem. You get what I'm saying? So if you're gonna be a standout team player, you gotta use feedback as a way to tangibly showcase this improvement and growth. You want to show your mentor that they didn't waste their all valuable time on you. That time they spent with you is priceless. Give them the gift of a return on their investment. You hear me? What are you doing to work on these areas that have been pointed out to you? That's a major question. I dare you judge yourself on that. All right, here's number 4. I only got 2 more for you. Here's number 4. Number 4 is they're independent team players. They're independent team players. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by independent team player? Well, what I mean is at the same time, they're autonomous and they're collaborative, right? They're self-starters, but at the same time, they're willing to get in and get underneath that team and lift everybody up. Now, obviously, the first part of that is going to be critical to your development. People who can work with little or no guidance. Those are going to be the valuable ones in any organization, right? check it out. The most valuable person on any team is the one who acts as if they own the place. I don't mean walking around like a, you know what I mean? I'm talking about the responsibility, not just the power. Y'all ever heard with great power comes great responsibility? Here's what I want you to write down. With great responsibility comes great power, right? So yeah, of course, if you're taking that responsibility to work with no guidance, you're going to be valuable. But that being said, how well do you thrive in group settings? How well do you thrive in group settings, right? How well do you take direction and require no hand holding, right? How good are you at sharing ideas? How good are you at grinding independently, but still bringing it back like you're thinking about the whole, not just yourself? These rare individuals are the ones that allow us to make 1 + 1 = 11. Huh? The ability to work alone is what's going to help you go fast, right? But the ability to work together is what's going to help us go far. You got me? You know, I said this on Facebook the other day. You know, I know some of you got some irritating people around you, right? They irritate your sensibilities. But check this out. A lot of times we think of mental toughness the wrong way. I dare you start thinking of mental toughness as your ability to be flexible. I dare you start thinking of mental toughness as your ability to adapt, to say, I can feel good in any surrounding. I can get along with anybody. I might not like them, but they don't have to know it, right? Because you're a leader. They might not like me, but I don't have to care. Why? Because you're a leader. Millionaires, I dare you, ask yourself, how good am I at balancing being autonomous with being somebody who collaborates? I dare you. If this is making sense, let me get a share. Let me get a share. I don't understand how we have a few dozen people on here, almost 100 people on here, and 7 likes. Y'all don't like this? One of my mentors said, I got to start asking for likes, because otherwise y'all just going to stare at the screen, man. All right, here's number 5. This is probably the most important thing. They empower the people around them. This is seen in the Redeem team where everybody went out to the club because they were practicing in Vegas and all of that. And they come home from the club, they're like, woo, we had a ball. They got Carmelo Anthony, all these people they interview. They're like, man, we had so much fun that night. We walk in the lobby, and here come Kobe Bryant with his gym bag and his weightlifting gloves on. They're like, where are you going? He's like, I'm going to the gym. Next thing you know, LeBron starts joining him in the gym in the mornings. Next thing you know, Dwayne Wade, what's the cat's name from the Miami Heat? That's his name. I don't watch sports. I watch the documentaries because I'm trying to learn peak performance. You know what I mean? I think that's his name. So anyway, next thing you know, he joins them in the gym. Next thing you know, the whole squad is up at 5 a.m. in the gym, except Carmelo Anthony. He's like, I ain't gonna lie, 5 a.m. too early. But my point is, he empowered the people around him with his example. There was another example in the Redeem team. You're gonna trip. They have the actual footage of Coach K like, we've never had a practice like this. Because Kobe joins the team, in his words, because he was sick of watching them lose. And in the first practice, he's diving for loose balls, right? He's going crazy, about to kill himself over seemingly insignificant plays. Next thing you know, the whole level of play around him stepped up. My question to you is, what are you doing to empower the people around you? Not just with resources, but with your example. This is probably the most critical of all 5 of these. All things considered, the real standout employees, the real standout teammates are going to be the ones that make everybody around them better. You know, And if you a standout manager or a standout leader, oh my gosh, not only does that mean you setting the example, but that means it's your job to nurture the talent, especially the talent that wants to be nurtured. Right? It's your job to notice they show up on time to every practice. It's your job to notice the ones that are asking for feedback. It's your job to develop this talent that you see. Right? Now, if you're not a manager, what does that mean? If you are in the role where you just now got there, maybe you're the rookie, what does that mean? That means you're uplifting your peers. That means you're inspiring the people that you normally collaborate with. And this is where your emotional intelligence comes into play, right? Because these are the teammates that are willing to empathize, okay? These are the teammates that are willing to kind of get deep into the stuff that their teammates are going through, right? They recognize that when one employee or one teammate grows and succeeds, it's a win for everybody because we just now shifted the culture. You know, I hate in my culture when they always talk about the culture. I was talking to this lady a couple of days and she's like, I'm so tired of everybody saying kings and queens. I was like, y'all ain't get tired of people saying B's and H's and the N word. You know what I mean? Why they ain't play out? But we tired of saying kings and queens. We got to look at the culture. We got to look at shifting the culture. What are you doing to shift the culture, King? What you doing to shift the culture, Queen? Right? All right. I hope this was helpful. Huh? What you doing to empower the people around you? I ain't see nobody get themselves no kind of rankings on these different categories, but it's all good. Oh, yeah, somebody did. Micheline, you made it in. That was her that tried to FaceTime me while I'm going live, y'all. Okay, good. All right, it's affirmation time, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get it. Call in right now. Call in right now. And if T-Mobile tries to charge you, just text message call me to the same number, 667-776-4961. You know, no, 9461. 667-776-9461. Text message call me to that number. And if you didn't join the email list yet, go to millionaireminded.com and put your name and your email in the box. You're going to love that newsletter. All right. Repeat after me, millionaire. Say it like you mean it. I am so happy.